Hello, everyone. Cole here with another episode of Questions for Cole. This is our 55th episode and our first one in about a month and a half. Still no questions from the congregation really over the past few weeks and months, other than how am I doing and how is the church doing? So let me quickly answer those two. I'm doing fine. Summer has been hot, smoky, but we've stayed safe and we're doing okay. Church is doing fine too. The building is still fairly lonely, but it sounds like people have continued to be fed by the online services and messages that we've been offering and sharing. I've had contact with many of you over the past number of months, not all of you though. So if there's anyone out there who is feeling a particular need to connect through email or over the phone, maybe even a visit at the office, if you're feeling comfortable with that, just let me know. All in all, our congregation has adjusted, I think, incredibly well to these circumstances we found ourselves in over the past 16 months. Virtual church, online gatherings, Zoom meetings, phone calls, emails, and most importantly, finding ways to care for each other through it all. I've been so impressed with our family of faith. I'm glad to be part of it. Speaking of how different churches are doing, I found a really interesting article in the latest edition of our United Churches Broadview magazine that I wanted to share with you today. It wasn't a question for Cole necessarily, but I thought I'd share it anyway, because a few of you have asked me how our church is doing, and a few even have wondered how other churches are doing through all of this. So I'm going to call that close enough for a Questions for Cole episode. So here's the article. The title is A Minister 2,000 Kilometers Away. And it does show a picture of the minister in question, whose name is Peter Bartlett. I'll show you the picture of Peter, if you can see that. Let me read the article. It's not uncommon for a minister to have two pastoral charges, but Reverend Peter Bartlett of Perth Road United near Kingston, Ontario, has embarked on an unusual yet exciting journey, taking on a second charge more than 2,000 kilometers away. St. Andrew's United in Sioux Lookout, Ontario, has been seeking a minister for 4 years. The congregation has struggled to find someone willing to take a part-time position in its small community, halfway between Thunder Bay and Winnipeg, since they're the only local United Church. There isn't an option to combine the job with another part-time call. The congregation has embraced the idea of virtual ministry, Bartlett says. I think the pandemic nudged them further into thinking they could find a minister who doesn't have to be there every Sunday, but can help out in other ways. Bartlett, whose contract runs from February to December, leads the 45-minute worship service on Zoom, complete with time for coffee and socializing at the end. He's also helping the church renew its mission statement and decide on priorities for the future. St. Andrew's is still looking for a permanent minister, but plans to continue the Zoom services in combination with in-person gatherings. The position would likely still be long distance, with a subsidy for the minister to visit in person, perhaps for 10 days every 2 months. Bartlett says it's exciting working with the congregation. They have created an innovative ministry possibility for a changing church. And we've been going it alone for 4 years, and we're grateful to have Peter for his leadership and guidance, says Cameron Airley, St. Andrew's board chair. He says Peter has risen to the occasion, and I'm sure he enjoys the challenge. We're really happy to have him. That was written by Peter Bird, and that was about Peter Bartlett, minister at Kingston's Perth Road United, and also minister via Zoom for St. Andrew's United in Sioux Lookout. Neat story, I thought. That's all I have for today. I'd love to hear from any and all of you if you have comments or questions or just want to chat. My email is cole@selkirkunitedchurch.ca. See you next time. God bless.